Have you ever wondered if the moment of death could shatter everything you once believed? My name is Alexei, and I once stood at the pinnacle of Scientology, convinced that its precise methods and rigorous practices held the secret to enlightenment and ultimate freedom. In this video, you'll hear the astonishing tale of how a near-death experience led me to meet Jesus, transforming my entire understanding of truth and grace and challenging everything I ever knew about spiritual liberation. If you're ready to question your core beliefs and explore the possibility of a love so profound that it defies every system you've ever trusted, please comment below and share your thoughts right away. Keep reading, because what you're about to discover may change your life forever. Every day, I immersed myself in the structured world of Scientology, attending advanced auditing sessions and absorbing every lesson that promised clarity and self-empowerment. I believed that the techniques I practiced would unlock the secrets of the mind and liberate my soul from the limitations of the human condition. I was proud, confident, and secure in the system that had guided my every decision. Yet beneath this veneer of certainty, a quiet emptiness began to whisper in the back of my mind, a subtle but persistent question. Is there more to life than endless self-improvement? Imagine a life meticulously engineered for success that nonetheless leaves a hidden void. Keep reading to uncover what stirred my deepest doubts. One fateful evening, as I drove home after an intense auditing session, the city's neon lights blurred into a kaleidoscope of color under a heavy, humid sky. Suddenly, without warning, a searing pain exploded in my chest as my car careened uncontrollably off the road. In that split second, every carefully built conviction shattered. My meticulously planned life was ripped apart by a force I could neither comprehend nor escape. The terror of that moment, when everything you thought was true suddenly crumbles, was overwhelming. What if the very moment you fear the most is the one that unlocks a secret doorway to divine truth? Keep reading to find out what happened next. I awoke to a surreal and hauntingly beautiful vision. I found myself floating above the wreckage, detached from the chaos below. There I was, an unseen observer, watching my own lifeless body lying amid shattered glass and twisted metal. The frantic shouts of rescuers and the wail of approaching sirens felt distant, as if coming from another world. In that suspended state, an unexpected calm enveloped me, as if I were invited to witness a truth beyond the confines of the physical realm. Have you ever felt like you're watching your life from afar, wondering if there's something far greater than what you've ever known? Keep reading to discover the light that beckoned me onward. In the midst of that disorienting detachment, a gentle, pulsating glow emerged from the darkness. A light unlike any I had ever seen, soft yet irresistible, exuding warmth and promise. It beckoned me forward with a magnetic pull that seemed to whisper of redemption and a homecoming to a place where all questions find answers. Imagine a light that not only dispels the darkness but fills you with a sense of peace so deep that every doubt and every fear fades away. That luminous invitation was calling me to step beyond everything I thought I understood. Keep reading to see where that light would lead me. Drawn inexorably toward that radiant glow, I soon found myself transported into a realm where time and space lost their rigid structure. In this boundless expanse, every earthly worry melted away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of peace and love that embraced my entire being. I was immersed in a world where every breath felt like an affirmation of life's true beauty, a beauty that far exceeded the sterile routine of my previous existence. Can you imagine the profound relief of discovering that your long-sought answers lie in an experience that transcends all logic? Keep reading to experience the revelation. And then, emerging from the vibrant sea of light, a figure began to take shape. At first, he was nothing more than a shimmering silhouette against the radiant backdrop, but as he approached, every detail crystallized into breathtaking clarity. He wore a simple robe, yet his presence radiated an aura of authority and love that no earthly garment could contain. His eyes, deep and compassionate, locked onto mine, and in that moment, he spoke my name. Alexei. That single word, laden with familiarity and infinite significance, washed over me, dissolving every ounce of skepticism I had once clung to. Have you ever heard your name spoken with such power that it feels like the universe itself is calling you home? Keep reading to learn what came next. "I am Jesus," he proclaimed softly, yet with a commanding resonance that seemed to vibrate through the very core of my being. In that instant, every belief I had held, every lesson and every truth taught by Scientology was challenged by a revelation so profound it left me breathless. For years, I had regarded Jesus merely as a historical figure or an enlightened teacher. Now, before my very eyes, he stood as the embodiment of divine love and grace. The shock was overwhelming, yet it was also a liberating invitation to embrace a reality far beyond the limitations of any doctrine. Can you imagine the courage it takes to let go of everything you've known and accept a truth that seems impossible? Keep reading to see how my heart began to transform. In that timeless space, Jesus guided me through a series of visions that defied every expectation. First, I caught a glimpse of heaven, a realm of indescribable beauty, where lush gardens, crystal-clear rivers, and skies of endless blue converged in perfect harmony. I saw souls glowing with pure, unadulterated joy, each one bathed in a light that seemed to affirm life itself. Then, in a heart-wrenching shift, the vision darkened to reveal a realm of torment, a vast, oppressive darkness where lost souls wandered in silence, consumed by regret and isolation. Imagine witnessing the ultimate destiny of every soul, one path filled with eternal ecstasy, the other with ceaseless despair. Keep reading to understand the magnitude of this revelation. As the visions began to fade, the steady, loving presence of Jesus remained. His gentle voice resonated within me, each word piercing through my long-held doubts. "Alexei, you have spent your life seeking enlightenment through systems and self-improvement, but you have never truly known the heart of God. My sacrifice is the bridge to a love that is not earned by deeds, but given freely through grace." His message struck me like a bolt of lightning, forcing me to confront the realization that all the tools and techniques I had relied upon were incomplete. Mere stepping stones leading to a truth far greater than I had ever imagined. What if the key to true freedom is not found in the teachings you followed all your life, but in the unconditional love offered by a Savior? Keep reading to see how this truth transformed me. Then came the most transformative command. Return to your world, Alexei, and share this truth with others. Let them know that the ultimate freedom and salvation lie not in the system you once trusted, but in the boundless love of God revealed through my sacrifice. His words, both tender and insistent, filled me with a tumultuous mix of hope and fear. The idea of returning to a life where I was known as a proud Scientologist, a life meticulously built on protocols and precise teachings, felt almost unbearable now. Yet in that moment, I knew I had been given a second chance to live with a purpose that transcended every previous conviction. Have you ever felt so torn between the old and the new that your very identity seems to hang in the balance? Keep reading to witness the rebirth. In an instant, I was pulled back to the realm of the living. I awoke on a stark hospital bed, the sterile scent of antiseptic and the harsh glare of fluorescent lights a jarring contrast to the luminous world I had just experienced. Around me, doctors and nurses moved with urgent precision, while my wife, Maria, clutched my hand with tear-filled eyes. My body, weakened by the near-fatal accident, throbbed with the pain of reality, but my soul, forever transformed, burned with a new, unquenchable purpose. What if you were given a second chance at life, not just to survive, but to shine with a truth that defies every expectation? Keep reading to see how I began to rebuild my life. In the days that followed, every moment became a battleground between the familiar and the unknown. Whispers of my extraordinary experience spread among friends and colleagues. Some dismissed it as the delirium of a dying mind, while others could not ignore the undeniable intensity of my testimony. The sting of rejection was deep, yet each harsh word only strengthened my resolve to honor the divine encounter I had received. I began to pray with a raw honesty I had never known before, speaking directly to Jesus as if he were right beside me rather than a distant figure from ancient texts. Imagine the power of a prayer born out of true revelation, one that redefines every ritual you once held sacred. Keep reading, because this transformation is only just beginning. Compelled by an inner fire, I started sharing my story at small community gatherings and interfaith dialogues. I recounted every detail, from the sudden, life-altering accident to the surreal experience of floating above my wrecked body, to the luminous encounter with Jesus and the stirring visions of heaven and hell. With each word, I urged my listeners to consider that true enlightenment is not a product of rigid systems, but a divine gift of grace that transforms the heart. What if the revelation you've been waiting for is hidden just beyond the limits of conventional wisdom? Keep reading to discover how the truth begins to ripple outwards. At home, the transformation brought both hope and heartache. Maria, my devoted wife, struggled to reconcile the man I was becoming with the life we had known together. Our conversations, once filled with gentle routine, grew laden with tension and unspoken fears. Yet slowly, through shared moments of prayer and tentative dialogue, we began to bridge the gap between our old beliefs and the new truth I embraced. In those fragile, intimate moments, I saw the possibility that love and understanding could overcome even the deepest divides. Could the bonds of love mend even the most profound spiritual rifts? Keep reading to see how our journey unfolded. Every day, as I returned to my work behind the wheel of my taxi, each mile took on a sacred significance, a constant reminder that life is an unpredictable miracle and every moment offers a chance for divine encounter. My prayers evolved from rote recitations to heartfelt conversations with Jesus, each one a testament to the newfound freedom and grace that now defined my existence. Imagine the possibility that every ordinary moment might hide a spark of the divine, waiting for you to uncover it. Keep reading to witness the impact of this revelation. My journey from the brink of death to the embrace of a transformative truth reshaped every fiber of my being. I now understand that my encounter with Jesus was not a rejection of my past, but the fulfillment of it. A revelation that true salvation is not achieved through self-help or rigid doctrine, but through an intimate, life-changing relationship with divine love. This is my story. A Scientologist who, after a near-fatal experience, met Jesus and discovered a truth that transcends all belief systems. What if the secret to true freedom lies not in the teachings you've known, but in the love that transforms everything? Keep reading to find out more. Now, I invite you to join me on this journey. If you've ever felt that your search for truth has left you empty, or if you've longed for a love that goes beyond the boundaries of tradition, please leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Your journey toward deeper understanding might begin with a single brave step. Thank you for watching. May your heart be open to the miracles that await just beyond the horizon of belief.